It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny morning today, and I thought I would walk around my garden and just focus on a few blooms in the garden. And I just wanted this beautiful color to kind of jump out at you in this video, and I'm loving it. And I thought I would just go around and share with you what's blooming today in my garden. It's absolutely beautiful how everything is just starting to pop in the garden, and I know the peonies will probably fade very soon, so I just wanted to catch them in this moment. Look at this beautiful, beautiful coral charm peony. Isn't it absolutely stunning? I love this peony. It's just become so gigantic this year, and it's looking glorious and gorgeous in the garden. I love the color on this peony. I love the form of this peony. It doesn't flop too terribly for me, so I don't usually add a lot of support. I've kind of tied a couple of stems together, and that's pretty much it. And this is another peony that I have. It's a more open peony, and it's been blooming now for a couple of weeks, but I think it's in its last little bloom stage. As you can see, the spent blooms here are so huge. The pollinators are loving it. Actually, I'm at peak time for pollinators to be in the garden because it's getting closer to the noon mark, and everything is, you know, it's like perfect time for them to be out here. Sorry for the noise of this truck, let it pass. But what I also wanted to show you is this beautiful, beautiful poppy. This is Beauty of Livermere poppy. Look how stunning it is. I mean, it just opened, I think 2 days ago, and it's absolutely stunning. I love its purple interior and this beautiful, glorious red color. It's a true red color. It's not orangey red, and I love the color on this poppy. It's absolutely stunning. And the other thing that's starting to bloom is this beautiful Ringo rose. This is a Proven Winners Ringo All-Star, the coral colored rose, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I think it's just starting to pop out in the garden, and I love it. Another combination that I'm really enjoying is this Paint the Town magenta dianthus and this pink eyes candy tuft. I think it looks really pretty together. It's really looking gorgeous, and I love how it's mingling together, and the colors are just playing off of each other, and they are just glowing in the garden right now. I just love how this is looking, and it's absolutely stunning, beautiful. So another poppy bloom that I want to highlight is peony bloom that I want to show you is the one in the back there. Don't quite remember the name of this one. I think it was a dying little poppy that I rescued, and I put it in this corner. I didn't even think it was here. I think it's been here a couple of years. This is maybe the third year it's here, and this year it decided to reward me with these most gorgeous, stunning blooms. This is like the most vibrant fuchsia pink I've seen in a poppy, and I love the form. It's like a same, it's a double poppy, but the interior is exactly the same color as the outside petals. It's got these big, gorgeous blooms, and it's been blooming for a couple of days, and it's sturdy and it's gorgeous. I don't know if it's an Ito, I'm not really sure, but I love it. It's beautiful, and I am so happy it's here, and it's quite a standout from a distance, and it's looking amazing in this corner here. I love this peony so much, and I really wanted to show it to you before they fade. And it's only 2 blooms this year, but I have great hopes for this, that it's going to be absolutely stunning in the coming years in this corner here. I love it. Another beautiful flower that's blooming in my garden is this gorgeous globe flower. This is a Trolleus, and it's just started to open, and it's actually looking really pretty. And it's a little bit unusual because it's not that commonly seen in gardens, and I like that about it, that it just shows up here, and it's beautiful and it's different in the garden and it's looking really, really pretty. If you find this plant somewhere, do plant it. It's really, really, really nice and dainty and gorgeous. I love it. I love how it's looking in the garden. And I also wanted to show you the South Africa rose. This is the first rose that bloomed in my garden and it's still hanging on to this plant. I think it's been about 4 or 5 days and it's still looking good. And it has rained profusely in the last little while, so it hasn't shattered or anything, and it's really, really nice. And look at this swath of catmint. It's just looking gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blooms, and they're making me so happy this time of the year. I just love them. And I do also want to show you the Vigila blooms. I mean, Vigilas are blooming everywhere and they are covered in blooms and they're looking stunning in the garden. Absolutely gorgeous. So beautiful. Iris here are looking really, really pretty too. Look how gorgeous they are. These are the Siberian iris. They are so dainty and so pretty. I love how they look in the garden and they just show up when you're not expecting them and they're just blooming and they're looking super, super beautiful. And I also wanted to show you this beautiful crystal blue salvia. It's also the same color as the Persian blue cadmium, and it's almost looking like they are one plant, but they are two different plants that are kind of growing together and looking amazing. Like the colors are very similar and they are just looking stunning together. And then I also have this color echo with this beautiful iris, which is also blooming. It's gorgeous. This iris, the colors are just stunning, and I just love how it looks with the crystal blue salvia and the allium in the back there, and they're just sparkling together. And then the yellow moonshine yarrow is just starting to open, and it's going to add these pops of yellow color all throughout this space, and it's gonna be gorgeous. I'm just loving it. Look at it. It's just stunning. And I think the double play doozy spireas are gonna start to bloom soon too, because and then the pink and the blue and the yellows together will look stunning. Fully open Princess Diana rose. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at how big and blousy this bloom is. It's just stunning. Love the color. It's not at all fading anytime soon. It's been blooming for a few days and it's really robust and sturdy, and I love how this is looking in the garden. It's just such a standout rose from a distance. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous bloom. Haven Peony is now fully open as well, and it's absolutely stunning. Look how beautiful the colors are and how gorgeous they are. Two of them I've opened here and they are just stunning. And this, like I told you in my last video, this is the first time these have bloomed in my garden and I'm loving them. They're so gorgeous. Look at that deep red color and the center. I love when they have this open center. The peonies look different and they look so special to me. And look at these beautiful pansies. They are still blooming and just gorgeous and happy flowers. I love pansies. They look stunning. Lithodora is blooming as well quite a bit. It's really, really covered in blue. And I have a Vancouver Starry Nights clematis that's also blooming here. Isn't that beautiful? I love how dainty it is. I love how it looks with the blue Lithodora in the background. And here's a little bud on my Shropshire Lad rose. It should be opening soon. Just absolutely gorgeous. When this will open with the blue and the clematis, I think it's gonna be a brilliant combination. I love it. Side garden, I do have lots of blooms that are starting. Like this garden is going to be such a riot of color. I love it. These are African daisies. These are perennial as well in my garden, and they pop up here and there. I just love the bright magenta pink on this, how the center picks up on the yellow iris in the back, and then I have the geranium roseanne there as well. And then there's also more blue with this Amsonia that is just starting to bloom as well. And I have some beautiful blooms on my Poet's Wife rose. This is a brand new rose that I planted last year. This is the first time it's bloomed in my garden. Last year it did nothing, but I think it was just, you know, establishing its roots, and now it's just an absolutely stunning rose. Beautiful, beautiful shape and color. I love it. And lots of salvia is also in bloom, and dianthus is in bloom as well. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just absolutely a riot of color in here, and I'm loving every moment of this beauty. Catmint is starting to open here. How large this whisper blue catmint gets. I'm just enamored by how big this plant is, and it's almost like a shrub, but I love all the purple it adds, the presence it has, and it's just stunning in the garden. I love this catmint, and it's going to keep blooming all season. This Vigila here is looking absolutely beautiful as well. I love it. Look at the color pink on it. It's just a nice medium pink. It starts to fade a little bit in the center as it's open, and then the outer edges are a little bit darker, which look really pretty and contrasts so nicely with the green. It's just beautiful. The other thing I wanted to show you were these peonies as well. These are also kind of almost done, and I think they are the same variety. I don't know the name again of the ones that are in the front garden. I have another plant here as well, and it's also looking really beautiful. Actually, from a distance they really stand out, this color. You can totally notice it when you are looking from a distance as I walk down my side garden. I have another Vigila in there which is blooming profusely. It's like covered in blooms. Oh my god, there's a butterfly right there, just flew above my head. It's just absolutely beautiful. So I have another coral peony in the backyard. Look at the size of this bloom. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if you can see it with all the sun, but it is just absolutely stunning as well. I think this is the pink Hawaiian coral peony. I think they're very similar to the coral charm, but I think this has got a little bit of a different coloration. It kind of starts to fade into a little creamy color when it's done, and it starts to have that two-tone effect, and it is an absolutely beautiful peony as well. It's covered in blooms, lots and lots of blooms, and I love coral peonies as well. I think they are just a standout in the garden, and they are just, this is a little bit more aged bloom, and they are just beautiful. They won't last very long, maybe a couple of weeks, but they are so worth the wait. I love how they look in the garden. They just look absolutely beautiful. I'm loving this one as well. It's just started to bloom a couple of days ago, and I suddenly saw it's popping up everywhere, and it's looking gorgeous. The flower that is starting to bloom in my garden is the foxgloves. I mean, these are stunning. Look how pretty the blooms are on this. I think this is the Candy Mountain or some variety like that, and it's little plugs I planted last year, and they didn't bloom last year. They are biennial, so they're blooming this year, but they are really, really pretty, and they're also different. Look how beautiful this one is. I love foxgloves. I mean, I think I have more over here as well that are starting to open. Oh, look at this geum. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, more foxgloves and iris here as well. This is another Siberian iris. Just a beautiful, beautiful vertical spiky plant for the garden. I mean, it's just gorgeous. More foxgloves are blooming here as well, and they are absolutely stunning. I mean, I have no words when I'm looking at these blooms. I mean, I get really mesmerized and awestruck by these blooms. So the Other thing that's in bloom is this beautiful clematis. Like, clematis is blooming everywhere. This is the Lewis Row clematis. I don't know if you can see it with the sun. I mean, the sun is very intense right now, but I didn't want to miss out on these blooms. And I also want to show you this beautiful Cora Louise peony. This is an Ito peony. This is the first bloom in my garden. I just love it. I planted it a couple of years ago, and it's really rewarded me this year with this beautiful, beautiful bloom. I love it. I think there's one more to come on this peony, and it's going to be absolutely stunning. Lots of Caradona salvia is blooming here, and it's looking really pretty. And a lot of other salvia has come into bloom as well in the garden, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. But I want to show you my Crown Princess Margarita rose is starting to bloom, and it is absolutely beautiful. It smells wonderful too, and it's really starting to open and climb up this arbor. This is the second season in the garden. It's quite prolific. It's got a lot of buds on it, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's covered in buds, and I'm excited to see it open. More clematis blooming here. This is I think called Boulevard Olympiana, Olympic, something like that. It's a beautiful clematis too. It doesn't get very tall, probably 5 feet, and it's kind of rambling through this bed, and I really like how that's looking. I have another clematis that's going up this obelisk here, which is not blooming yet, but it's looking beautiful. And the other thing I wanted to show you was more clematis blooming on this side as well of the garden. Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Again, these were planted in the fall, and they have filled in really nicely and looking great. I think these are group 2 clematis. One is a sea breeze, and I don't remember the name of this one yet, but I will try to look it up. I may have it in my file somewhere. But they are beautiful. I love the colors of these together, the blues and the pinks. They are so soft and beautiful, and they're gonna look really nice with this beautiful rose that's gonna bloom, Carefree Wonder, bright pink rose that's gonna bloom next to them. Absolutely beautiful and stunning. So that's it. I mean, I thought I would walk around today and give you a quick rundown on some of the blooms that were happening in my garden, and you know, they will keep happening. There's a lot of blooms. I'm sure I have missed so many of them in the garden, but I thought I would just walk around, show you quickly some of the things that are catching my eye today, especially the peonies, because peonies will fade very, very quickly in the garden. Yeah, so I just wanted to catch those blooms and show them to you. Look at these geraniums. Aren't they looking like such happy things? I love them. Anyhow, have a fabulous, beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I will catch you very soon in my next video. I hope you all who are watching me today are having a beautiful gardening season, and you are covered in blooms just like I am. And yeah, I wish that for you. And yeah, I am Preeti. I garden in Toronto in Zone 6, and I try to post about all things that are happening in my garden and plants in general. I'm a plantaholic. I love plants, and I just love having all this beauty around me. So thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you very soon in another video.